Is opening cases in Counter-Strike Global Offensive a good idea? Let's talk about it. Today, I will be exploring what it means to open cases, what the odds are of obtaining certain rarities of skins from said cases, and some alternative case opening methods. If you are aware of how opening cases in CSGO works, feel free to click the on-screen annotation to skip ahead in the video. What does it mean to open cases on CSGO? Here's the quick version. Opening a case on CSGO will give the opener a weapon skin. This skin is a purely cosmetic digital item that does not exist outside of the game. Let me better explain what a skin is. I will use the M4A4, a counter-terrorist weapon, as my example. As seen on screen, this is the stock version of the M4A4. Every player owns this default item. However, if the player were to unbox or trade for a skin for the M4A4, they are given the option to replace the stock item. This is my skin, the M4A4 Desolate Space. The only difference between this skin and the default stock item is the texture on the weapon. This is a completely cosmetic change and holds no significant gameplay function. Players open cases in CSGO for multiple reasons, with what I believe the most popular reason being the player is hoping to get lucky by opening a digital item that could be worth hundreds to thousands of dollars.
Oh my god! What? Another knife! No, please! Oh my god, benefit! What? Oh my god!
Now, if that didn't make much sense, that's alright. I'm going to break it down for you. I'll start by explaining what a case really is. Basically, a case is a statistical chance of obtaining a skin from a certain collection of skins. For example, this is a gamma case. Now, in this case, there are 17 weapon skins and one rare special item skin that the player can obtain. Skins 1 through 7, that being the blue skins, have the highest chance of dropping, with 8 through 12 or the purple skins having a lower chance than the blue, and 13 through 15, the pink skins, an even lower chance than that, and so forth. To obtain a case, the player has a few options. Cases are sometimes randomly dropped at the end of completed matches, and this costs nothing but playtime to obtain. Another way to get a case is by making deals and trading with other players, or by purchasing cases off the Steam market for as cheap as 3 cents. In order to open one of these cases, the player needs a key. Unlike cases, keys do not drop for free at the end of matches. The most common way to get a key is through the in-game store, at the cost of $2.49. It is important to understand that this is real money that has been added to the account of the player via credit card or gift card. When the player has a matching key in case, they are given the option to use key. After the key has been used, a skin is given to the player. Player has a case, player pays $2.50, and player gets a skin. This is how opening cases works. Now we get to the opinionated part of the video, where I talk about is opening cases worth it? This is a complicated question because it really depends on who's asking. Opening cases can be worth it because it's a way for the player to support the game. Personally, I enjoy CSGO and am fine with opening cases in the game, even though I probably won't get anything worthwhile. However, from a statistical standpoint, it is not worth it whatsoever to open cases, at least with the hopes of making profit. Not to sound like a broken record, because a lot of videos on this very subject use this source, but I will be citing Reddit user ShadowWolf1212, who did a massive study on case opening results. Basically, he grabbed data from 2 existing studies, recorded some of his own from watching YouTube videos, and came up with the following. Out of 2,023 cases opened, 1,594 were blue, 343 were purple, 57 were pink, 20 were red, and there were 9 knives. Now, there was a little more math involved than just counting cases to come up with these findings. However, if you want to check it out for yourself, I'll link it in the description below. It's not really that important to the video. More importantly, 80% of the cases were blues. That's 1,594. That means you have 0.5% of a chance to obtain a knife, which is like the ultimate goal of opening cases. That's a 1 out of 200. And if you do 200 cases times $2.50, you come up with $500 for 1 knife. This leads us to the hard truth about opening cases in CSGO. Even if you were to open 200 cases, you are not guaranteed to get a knife. The game owes you nothing, and the chances, as they are very, very low. This isn't even a open enough cases eventually get a knife kind of gig. The odds do not get better with the more cases you open. It is strictly 0.5% of a chance of getting a knife with every case that is opened. Yeah, I know, this cuts both ways, and there are stories out there about the people who have opened knives on their first or second case. Yes, it is possible to do this, and if it has happened to you, you're incredibly lucky. Go buy a lottery ticket. Congrats. However, for most of us, I would not consider opening cases to be worth it, if your goal is to solely score big and make money. If you really want a specific skin, I would recommend buying it for face value. Yeah, it costs a lot of money at once, but there is no gamble, and it's a guaranteed outcome. That way, you simply get what you pay for. If buying skins straight up is still too expensive for you, and you're okay with the risk of gambling, because, I mean, let's be honest, it is kind of fun, there are some alternative methods I would suggest. Before I begin, I would like to mention that I'm not sponsored by any of the following sites, nor do I get anything out of recommending these to you. I'm simply passing on what I have learned, and hope that it can be helpful to you. The first site I would recommend to you is skinhub.com. This site is really cool because it allows you to create your own cases, choosing which items will drop, and allowing you to play with the percentage chance of each item dropping. Does that sound way too good to you? Check it out for yourself. It works, and it's awesome. Secondly, I'd like to mention tradeskinsfast.com. Although I've only used this site 3 times, I've had no issues with it. The site allows you to import items from your Steam inventory and trade them for other items around the same cost. I would definitely recommend checking this site out as well. Well, that'll be all for this video. If you liked the video, please feel free to leave a like and a comment. I'd love to hear what you thought about it, or hear your crazy story about how you opened a knife on your first case and sold it for $2,000. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time.